Hello.
Hello, Kim. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Love yourself.
Yeah, I'm doing really good as well. So, hello everyone at Wake Up UK and everyone who is viewing from elsewhere, whether it be live or premiere afterwards on our YouTube channel. So yeah, I hope you're all well. And well, tonight, me and Kimberly are just going to be giving you some updates relating to, like our fundraiser, what we have done to date, and what we're going to be doing sort of in the very near future. So we got some exciting news to tell you there. And also events that we're going to be going to, and our own event, we'll be covering that as well. And then we'll just be discussing just anything else that comes up. So, feel free to put any comments in the chat, and if you've got any questions, and we'll do our best to get back to you. So, yeah, let's just make a start then, Kim, shall we?
Yeah, if I got my eyes down, guys, it's only because I'm monitoring the chat. I'm trying to get a bit clever now. I'm trying to take on a few things at once. Yeah, so for the people that don't know, we are fundraising because we are taking the government to court against this RSE, guys. So that's the whole scope of our fundraising. It's going to be costly. It's going to be massive, but we are the first country in the UK to actually challenge our government on it. So this is massive. We're not expecting a great win. We have expressed that we can win this without getting to court if we had enough people on side. But with regards to the court process, if we do pull this off, guys, then we will be the first, not just in the UK, but in the entire world to get rid of this for good. So that is massive. It is absolutely huge. It is huge, It's a massive task, but we got to try. If we don't try, then we're doing the children a disservice here, aren't we? So that is why we are fundraising. And with regards to the court, I'll just give you a little update. We would have seen myself and Adele. We did a video on the live debate a couple of weeks ago, and that was to vote in finalising the RSE code. That has now been published in its final version. We have the actual Curriculum and Assessment Act published in its final version. We are waiting for nothing else now. We've got everything we need to look at and to form our case. So we will be sitting down. We do know the legal team are sitting down this week to look at it. We are expected to be called on a meeting sometime this week, next week, the very latest. And I would say that within 3 weeks, we should have our case. We should be sat here telling you all exactly what we are fighting, which avenue we're going to take it, and how we're going to do it. And at that point, that's when the pressure really comes on us, because that's when we have to perform and we have to get this money in. And we're not talking, we could be talking hundreds of thousands of pounds, not tens of thousands. At the moment, we're looking to raise the tens of thousands, but realistically, we could be looking at hundreds of thousands of pounds. So Lucia's in charge of absolutely everything to do with the fundraising. Before we go to Lucia, I'll just say we are going to take a step forward from what's been going on in the past. So we're going to, with our legal team now, we're going to be going on a platform, and it's called Crowd Justice. So if anybody out there wants to have a quick Google and have a look at Crowd Justice to see what it's about, it's really good, actually, because you can't go on there without a legal team. So that's fantastic. And you can get people on there that can pledge large amounts if they like the idea of our cause. So that's when we're going to really be up in our game then, guys. So to all the people that's already donated so far, thank you very much. That is incredible. You've really got us off to a fantastic start. Don't think your work is, it hasn't gone towards this cause. It really, really has. This is a good thing. This is a good thing that we're going on to a different platform. So it's because of your support. It's because you've given us this platform and shown us where we can be and where we can actually go. It's you guys that's got us this far. You guys are the reason we're going on to the next platform. So please don't think the work up to date wasn't good enough. The work up to date got us where we are. So I want to thank everyone there for that. And I just wanted to say that's where we're headed. So over to you, Lou.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, and definitely, it really has been. It has been really successful up to now. Like we've collected about I think on top of my head, about 10,500. And that is because of, well, you guys out there as well, not just those donating, but those who have actually fundraised as well. So, we've had, obviously a special mention to Darren. I don't know his surname, Kim.
Darren Purcell.
Purcell, yeah, Kath's partner, Catherine's partner. A huge thank you to Darren, because he's done he's done a couple of fundraising events. So there was the massive one, which was back in, oh gosh, was it August and September when he did that really long walk?
Yeah, September the 4th, he took off on that.
That's correct. Yeah, September the 4th. And he walked 140 miles across South Wales. He camped, he didn't really camp with a tent. It was just, he camped rough throughout and I think it took him about, I think it was about 6 days in the end he was out.
Well, his target was 5 days, but he got there quite a bit early, didn't he? He got there under 5 days. And before we forget and go off this subject, can I just butt in, Lou? I'm really sorry I have to say this. Darren took off with his dog Bingo on the walk, and Bingo's paws gave in on him in a couple of days. So Bingo left the walk early. I just want us all, Bingo became a big part of this fundraising. He actually started us off. And I'm really sorry to say, I know Bingo had a massive following and everybody absolutely adored him. But I just want to take a moment to think about Bingo, because we sadly lost him 2 days before Christmas. And I know that was massive heartache for Darren and Kath. They'd already going through heartache before that anyway. But I just want us all to, just want a little moment to think about Bingo. And I just want to really give him a special mention, Lucia, do you know what I mean? Because he really did set us off. Do you know what I mean? He gave us so much publicity. Everybody stopped and they were talking to Darren anyway. But Bingo was a massive part of this. And I don't want to go any further without, really giving him a special mention. So sorry for interrupting, but I just had to, bring up, we no longer have Bingo, but we have his memories and he has to have a special mention.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Kim. He, what a fantastic dog, like to walk what he did walk, and obviously, Kath did pick him up then for his safety. It was very hot as well. We had an unusually hot September, so it was very warm for little Bingo as well. So yeah, very, very sad. Very sad for the family, and very sad for all his followers as well, because as you said, he did have a big following, and yeah, huge respect for.
And I think just the way he and Darren were dressed, they just looked the part. The photos, the videos, it was just, you couldn't have made it any more picture perfect. Bingo looked the business, Darren looked the business. What a way to start our fundraising journey, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And for Bingo to have walked what he walked was amazing, and for Darren as well. I used to be really into fitness, very much so, and the thought of walking for a whole day and then sleeping rough and then waking up and doing the same for 4 or 5 days. I just don't know how. I don't know how he did it. He's super fit. Obviously, there's a lot of mental fitness there as well, determination, and he did really well. And he raised a lot of money for us in just that one event. I believe it was 1,400 he raised for us.
And also there is an interview of Darren. Adele did an interview with Darren as well. So if anybody's watching this on a replay on YouTube, if you go on our YouTube channel and scroll down, you'll see the interview Adele did. But he's definitely due another one, isn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, we did say that for one of our shows, and we'll discuss our shows a bit later on, that we did want to get especially Darren up for another interview, because yeah, he's definitely worthy of that. But yeah, he did amazing. Such a huge sport, and yeah, just a great guy. So yeah, he kicked off the fundraising events with that huge 140-mile walk. And then he went on, I'll say about the second event he did with us, which was only a couple of weeks later that he did the 3 peaks with myself, and there were 17 of us all together that did that. And then later on, he did a fast. Now the fast was, oh my gosh, that was 5 days, wasn't it? He did a fast for 5 days.
Yeah, I just want to say as well, Darren works, his job is very, very physical. So he's I'm sure it's landscape gardening and heavy digging, and it's a lot of work like that. So Darren's job is physical. So the original plan would have made it, he wouldn't have done it because of the strain on his body. So I think they brought it forward a few days, didn't they? But he said that in his video, that was the reasons why he was going, I think it was 7 days.
He was going to do 7 days, but then he cut it to 5.
All right, I thought it was 10 and then 7. So if I'm getting anything wrong, guys, I apologise. And my mind was in the books and elsewhere at the time. So I've been off the scenes. If I get anything wrong, my bad.
Same with me. I could get things wrong as well because my memory's not as good as it used to be. But yet he, when we say fasting as well, he literally ate nothing, because when I think of fasting, it's just like, oh yeah, that's just fruit and veg. That's my idea of fasting. But he literally, he ate absolutely, he didn't have anything at all. And he did actually.
Isn't he a big, see, we should have had Kath on, we should have had, or even a chat with Kath beforehand. Isn't he a big tea or coffee drinker as well? And that was going to be his biggest challenge of all throughout it.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's a teapot or a coffee pot, but one of those things was his challenge. I know he's gone now to nettle tea. So I think, in actual fact, I spoke with Darren and Kath down there the end of November, and he said how well he's feeling, how good he's feeling after that fast. You know, the difference in his health as well.
Yeah.
So
apparently this fasting thing is really good for resetting your body, and he did do a video afterwards, didn't he, about explaining about the yeah, he did a video like explaining the advantages to that fasting process. I haven't seen it, so I can't give any details. But yeah, it is supposed to actually be good for our bodies. Certainly not something I've ever tried. I don't think I could go a day without eating.
The only thing I do fast is talk.
That's right. So he did that, and he raised money for PCP for this court case as well. Whilst doing that, so I suppose he killed 2 birds with 1 stone. There, he did something. And what you were saying as well about the physical work, he didn't take time off work for that. Obviously, when he did the walk, he actually took a whole, almost like a week off work there to do
it was a full week off work he took, Lou, an entire week off work for the walk.
Yeah. Unpaid as well. We were saying it was, it was literally
so he was out. He was out. He wasn't just out of breath. He was out of pocket as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So and again, that was another personal challenge for him, Lou. So I think he's personally on a personal level, and I'm sure he said he hadn't done. Did he say he hadn't done the 3 peaks, or he hadn't done Pen and Van before? It was one or the two.
Yeah.
So on a personal level, I can't speak for him. Do you know what I mean? I'm just picking up tail ends of the conversation here now. But what I've had back, the feedback I've had back from a personal perspective as well, he's really got things. I think a lot of people have, though. Yeah. A lot of people have on their challenges. I'm jumping ahead of myself now, so shut up, Kim.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was, I think, something as well that stood out, sort of saying about Darren with the walk, that long walk, but it was the first time he's actually been away from his family. So, it was a massive thing for him being away from Kath and his daughter. So, there was,
and it was massive really for them as well. Kath was a bag of nerves. She was, when you're dropping your child off to school for the first day, Kath was like all week.
Yeah, no, do you know what? Like, if it had been me and it was my husband that had gone off, sort of walking on his own, and I think I would have been, a little bit concerned and, worried. Like, obviously I spend, John does work away, so I am used to having that little bit of time away from him. But Kath doesn't even have that, doesn't she?
No,
They do.
no, they are like, they're a team, aren't they? They're not a family.
They
They're a really small gang. That's what they are.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're just a really small gang, and they.
Yeah. So it may, we've got a lot to be grateful for, Darren. So thank you if you're watching, Darren Purcell. Thank you so much for your huge contribution. And I have to say as well, when we were away on the Three Peaks, there were 17 of us. We got into a minibus in Cwmbran, drove up to North Wales. We stayed overnight at a campsite very close to the Snowdon Mountain. Now, I just got to say, Darren, it was the first time I actually met him, was on there, and he's such a character. All the way up, like cracking jokes, giving us all knowledge as well. He's got so much knowledge about, like what's going on. He seems to know a lot of information. And,
I've only met Darren once or twice. Him and Kath come up one time for a couple of hours, and it was just constant. It's not small talk with Darren, it's not small talk.
No, I know he's great.
Really hold the conversation, and you will get something new every time you have a discussion. Well, it's the same with Kath. They're both exactly the same, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, they spend a lot of time as well researching stuff. They have done for a long time. I know they took their girl out of school. I don't even think she started school, actually, didn't she? I think
she has. I think she went to the first year, and she completely changed, and Kath's family are educators, they are from the school system. So that in itself speaks volumes, doesn't it?
What's that? Sorry?
And my dog, he's awful needy lately. He's something wrong with him. He just wants attention all the time. I got to stalk him. She wants to try and fight me, see? And if he starts, the other one's going to start. And like Lucia knows what happens when they both attack me on screen. But I don't want the rest of the world to see her.
Yeah, normally when I go to Kim's house, I have a bit of a massive greeting by the two of them, don't I? Where they both go a little bit sort of like nuts for the first 5 minutes and run about to bark, and then. So I've noticed you've scalped him again.
Yes, no, they're just going back nowadays. So felt sorry for him. He was shivering. I had to buy him all new clothes.
Oh, love him.
So before we pop onto the Three Peaks, let me just say, so we've got spear thrower, good show. Oh no, that's not for us, sorry. I thought that said girls. So you've got Charles Ernest saying hi girls, and Roy P.S. evening ladies. Hi lads, how you doing?
Hello, thank you for watching.
Right, so let's move on to the Three Peaks.
Yeah, Three Peaks. So yeah, that was a massive challenge for everyone involved. There were a couple of people. We were all at different fitnesses. So, there was, I think in the end, it was 17 of us. We had Gary with us, Gary who's been doing our filming as well. And, Gary did really struggle. He had quite a few injuries, but that guy does not give up. He was determined. He said, no, I've got to make it. He had problems with his knees. He was, you could see there was times when he was in a lot of pain, but he did not want to give up. I was
with Gary the morning that Darren took off, and he was like, I really want to go, but I'm not going to be able to do it. And I said to him, just go.
Yeah.
You don't have to climb it, because I wasn't going to climb it. You don't have to climb it, just go.
Yeah.
Just still go anyway. Do you know what I mean? If you're sitting at the bottom of the mountain with a cup of tea waiting for him, just go. So I'm really glad he actually did get stuck in, because he was really like, the thing is, I'm not going to, and he was really like, say 10% up for it when I spoke to him. Yeah. And then the fact that he actually went and he attempted it and he got through those injuries as well. It's a big round of applause for Gary as well, because the thing is, what you need to remember with Gary is, and I can say this because he's written it himself on a public platform, I would never say it otherwise, but Gary is autistic as well, he has Asperger's. So, so there's social aspects there for Gary as well. So for him to actually go along with a group of people, I think we need to give that some credit as well, don't we? Because Absolutely. As he said in his own words, it can be a lonely life. Not because necessarily you're on your own. You can be in a room with 1,000 people and still be lonely. When you're not when you have got these issues, you know, my son is exactly the same. But then, you know, Lou, on the flip side of that, when you're in the right company with the right people, all those anxieties disappear, you know. So again, it was more of a challenge within a challenge within a challenge again for a lot of people, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And like, I'd like to just add as well, like Gary doesn't have children himself, but he has been such a huge supporter, and, you know, like he's done so much for PCP Wales and our campaign. He's done a couple of fantastic videos, hasn't he?
I gotta be honest, can I just say as well about Gary? Gary's followed us for a while, and he attended the protests, and he would speak to us on Facebook. Now, Gary hasn't got his own picture on Facebook. So the Gary Jones that we were speaking to on social media, and this guy that attended every single protest, we had no idea was the same person until months later. You know, so this is again, that's just using an initiative and just getting on with it, you know, doing what's right. And I mean, it took me, Adele will tell you herself as well, she was exactly the same. Oh, that's Gary Jones, you know. So yeah, again, he's been persistent. He's been there from the beginning. He's pulled us aside. Every single one of us, he's pulled aside for a chat to have, you know, on the camera. And yeah, the support. In actual fact, I dropped him off once as well, and to a petrol garage. And before he'd come with us to see Darren off, he'd already been in there. He'd given people information. By the time I got in there, you know, they were having a conversation with me because they already knew, and they knew he was awful. So, you know, so he's getting the message out there as well, you know, even just having these face-to-face discussions with people. And that's what it's about, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, he's, you know, like the videos that he's taken, when you're editing a video as well, it does take time. It doesn't matter how professional, how good you are at it. When you're editing videos, it takes a lot of time. And what he's done for us, you know, to spread awareness, with his incredible editing skills, it's yeah, we can't really thank him enough. And, you know, we've never paid him. We haven't paid him as an organization to do any of that. He's done it off his own back. And, you know, he just loves spreading awareness. He loves to sort of research into things properly. He's a very intelligent guy. So he, you know, he's really done us justice, you know, like with the things that he's done for us. And for it, as you said, for him to come up to the three, you know, those 3 Ps, they're difficult. They are hard, you know. Even, you know, like I wouldn't call myself fit, but I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. I'm not bad.
So to us, you really are fit.
Oh,
so you think you're okay, but me and Rachel's like this in the car on the way to Scotland. Lucia's a fit woman, you know. Lucia's gonna smash it. So you think you're not very fit, but compared to us ordinary folk, we think you're fit. Do you know what I mean? So Lucia's quite fit, guys. If you're anything like me, the only thing you run is a bath, you know, and you see Lucia over the sand dunes, and you know.
Yeah, I do like to get out, and, you know, I'm starting a bit of a fitness journey now myself. But I used to be fantastic, you know, really sort of motivated. But that's something I want to return to now in 2022. But yeah, it's you know, it was difficult. It was hard. Like, even though we were doing, you know, we were having breaks between the mountains, it was still, you know, your feet are killing you for mountain 1 when you get to mountain 2, and, you know, you have to set off again. And even though we had an amazing time, you know, we had a real good banter on the bus. You know, there were times when I was walking up that mountain when I thought, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, the weather was against you all as well, though, wasn't it? You know, the weather wasn't in your favour.
No, it was quite, I think we had, we did have little windows where the sun did come out and the rain stopped, so we could see the beautiful views. But most of the time it was pretty shoddy. I think the best weather was our second mountain, which was called Cadair Idris. Yeah. That, on that mountain, the weather was quite good. When we got to Pennyvan, it was shocking. The weather was so bad. Yeah, we were very lucky to get to the top of it. Let's just put it that way. It was dark, it was windy, it was raining. Yeah, and there was just nobody else about as well, because no one else was that nuts to go up there. So,
and there was people as well that's never done anything like that before in their entire lives, though, was there?
Exactly. And I've just got to say, Gary was up there. Gary the man, he was like, I'm not giving up. I'm up there. So yeah, he's amazing. But yeah, it was we thought Pennyban was going to be easy, and we even boasted about it on the way down. Well, we've done the 2 big mountains. Oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be a walk in the park. And yeah, I think Mother Nature thought, yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah. You don't want to mess with her mind.
No way, not at all. So through that, then, because of everyone that we had joining, we had a lot of awareness that was spread, because everyone was on Facebook showing that the challenge, obviously their friends were inquiring as well, what's this all about? So it was an opportunity to get it out even more. And we raised, I think it was about 2,500 altogether for that, with everyone. So that was a great amount for the fundraiser too. And as you said, Kim, we've made all this money now, about 10 and a half in total. But when we put this up to the next platform, the crowd justice platform, we're looking to amplify this tenfold, because we're going to have that opportunity to get in front of larger sponsors. So this has been a fantastic starting point, this first fundraiser platform. And we've had a lot of people involved. Oh, I did want to say as well, before I start babbling on, our friend Rian as well, Lisa's girl, who did the sponsored walk in Caerphilly. Now,
and again, Rian made a sacrifice. She sacrificed her birthday.
She did, yeah. So Rian was, well, I don't really know the exact sort of history, but she couldn't walk for quite a few years of her life, couldn't she? She's
Rian's got a lot of health issues, a hell of a lot of health issues, and she's incredibly lucky to actually be here, and she's just phenomenal.
She is
just phenomenal,
and a very, very happy girl as well.
And with Rian as well, she understands everything we say. Absolutely everything we say, she understands. And if you're walking past Rian and she's got a leaflet in her hand, you're taking it. So again, with Rian, she's on the ball.
Absolutely.
On the ball, and she's a hard worker. She's got involved in quite a few things as well, Rian has. And but with Rian, we have to give Rian a very special gift, because Rian only really appreciates a free Bentos pie. So anyone out there want to drop Rian a free Bentos pie? That's what she loves.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, she's a fantastic, beautiful young lady. And let's not forget her mum, Lisa, as well. Lisa, how much she's done for our campaign and how much she's done for our organisation.
Well, it was Lisa that actually really kicked it off in Caerphilly, wasn't it? Because there was a woman that phoned me once. Lisa had made a big, massive cardboard sign and put it across some bridge. And it did attract attention, because some woman had to drove up that road 7 times to actually get the number. So
it did.
Excuse me, could you make the thing a bit bigger, please? I was like, oh, look, I said, I don't know who that was. I think I have an idea.
Yeah, she did. She did a lot, giving out leaflets. My gosh, the amount of leaflets we delivered to Lisa as well. She was
from
really
the start.
on the ball.
From the moment Lisa found out was the moment Lisa just went hell for leather.
Yeah. And I do believe that most of Caerphilly know about us now because of her.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I think your dog wants attention, Kim.
He's crying because he wants the prince's attention. Let me just kill him.
Bless him. So yeah, so we've had and also I'd like to say there has been a couple of raffles around as well. And Lisa did, she had started a raffle for, it was a tourist, and I can't remember what the other one was. Was it a beauty salon as well?
Yeah, so it was like an aesthetics clinic kind of thing, wasn't it? Tattoo artist. She had quite a few prizes.
Yeah.
We've got some prizes to add as well. We've got some hampers to put together.
Yeah.
But the problem we've had is, and we still got that really up until I'd say spring. We are not 9 to 5 people. We are seasonal people. So whereas like Lucia's job makes her seasonal, it's accounts, you know. A lot of us are students, so assessment time is seasonal. There's a lot of us are homeschoolers as well, so you know we need to keep the children occupied. So it's been difficult trying to keep things consistent for people, but I think we're pretty much coming to the end of that now, and we can be more focused on getting things out there, you know, because every minute that we spend on social media is a minute away from other things. But we have expanded the team officially.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So we do now officially have Samantha and Joni from North Wales who are officially in with us. And that means that we have to be spending a lot of time up North Wales as well.
Yeah.
But so we've got a lot of application forms as well for people to come in. So it's just, we've been like the last year, we've been trying to like build a house with a roof first kind of thing, Lou, haven't we? Now we're a little bit more established and I think we're ready to drive this forward now. So the raffles and things like that, I think now is the time to really push that forward, Lou, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't make this fashionable, guys. Somehow we have to make this as popular as Elf on the Shelf. I don't know how. I don't know which way we're going to do it. It might just be one mother out there that's well known in her community, and she's going to be the person that actually makes this popular. And that's what it's about. It's about finding those individuals within these communities. And the only way we can do that is by continuously getting out there. Raising this money isn't just raising money; it's raising awareness as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like this is a double thing for us. This is all for the children. And while we're out there fundraising, people want to know what we're actually doing. So they want to ask questions. And if we just get 2 out of 20 supporters, that's 2 more than we had before we started, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually believe that the spread in awareness is even more important than the money itself.
Yes.
Because there's still a lot of parents out there that have no idea that what their children are going to be learning, or they may already be learning in the school, because children don't always come back and say everything. I remember when my children were young, what did you learn today? Nothing. They would literally, you can't, a lot of the time, especially when they're young, you can't really get out of them what they've been learning in class. In fact, I think especially my daughter, I think she daydreams most of her class,
And the thing is, the big thing about raising awareness is, like I said, if we do get the right people, we're not even going to have to go to court, because we'll be able to bring the city to a standstill and it will stop.
Yeah.
It will stop. If we can bring the city to a standstill. So the raising of awareness is still more important than the raising of the money, but it's the raising of the money that's going to get us out there to raise this awareness, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And, as you said, like if everybody realized how bad this education would be, they would all be out there. No mother would want, or father would want their children learning this, this global education, because we understand exactly what it entails, because, we've been looking into it, researching it, checking that we're getting it right as well. I'd just like to say, when I first heard of it back in July 2020, I wasn't, at first, I was like, this is awful, but I wasn't, I thought, no, this can't be true. I really did have to look into, I think, seeing the All About Me schools, that had already been happening in England. And I checked information, and then sort of like checked the information against that information, because, you can't just believe everything that you see on the internet. You do need to check it. So, when people, when I've had like responses of, say teachers like saying, nothing about this, it's not that at all. You've got your wires crossed, you've got it wrong. It sort of like gets me a little bit frustrated, because I think, do you actually realize how much time I've actually spent, looking into this, because I'm not going to be spending time campaigning against something which I'm not really sure that's actually happening.
We want it to be wrong. We absolutely want it to be wrong.
I know we could just get on with other things then, couldn't we? With this. But unfortunately,
we want this to be wrong. I want to continue with my life.
Yeah.
I want to be employable.
Yeah.
And the longer this is going on, the less employable I'm getting, So this was the last thing in my plans. In my own personal journey, as far as I'm concerned, at this point in my life, I had made it. Now I couldn't have been more at square one if I tried, that's the way I feel. So this really is a serious matter. And this is why we've got to take it to court. We can't just bang our drums. It is serious.
Yeah. And I've even heard people say, oh, they're just a bunch of mothers that got nothing better to do. And they couldn't be further from the truth. Because as you just said before, we've all got a lot of things going on in our lives, family, work, studying. So, we're doing our utmost to get as much time possible to spend on the campaign, because we know we have to get it out there. But we're certainly not just doing it for our own health,
Not. Right, so moving forward then, Lou, what are we doing moving forward?
Right, okay, so obviously we, getting out face to face, going to other demonstrations and events is hugely important for us. So we have got next weekend, we're off to Scotland. We did mention it last week. It's Mandy's event. So Mandy was on our platform last weekend, and it was an absolute pleasure to meet her. So it's her event. Can you remind me what the event is? It's to spread awareness
so it's called Expose Scotland. So what they do, they expose Scotland. They expose all the child abuse. They're also exposing the sex education as well. They are pretty much the whole package. So all the problems that's going on within the system, they are dealing with it. They're exposing it all in one go. Whereas we have got our aims, and for us, this legislation is a matter of urgency for us,
Yeah.
So they are exposing it all in one go, whereas we are chipping away one at a time.
Yeah. So next weekend now, I think, it's the Saturday, the actual demonstration, isn't it? The actual protest.
That's George Square at 1 p.m. And Sandy has said in the chat here, he has said, evening, my lovelies. See ya in Glasgow on Saturday.
Hey. Oh, Sandy, I cannot wait to meet you and Jane. I'm really excited about that. Obviously, we've met a few times virtually, but to meet you in person is going to be amazing. So that, I'm excited about a lot of things. And, we said that we're going to take to the streets and help promote, spread awareness for Mandy's Mandy's cause as well. And obviously we'll be bringing things around as well to show Scotland what we're doing down in Wales as well. Because, as you said before, it is a UK fight. We all got to get, we've all got to drum up support now for Wales, because if we manage to get it out of Wales, then it's going to send shockwaves to England, Scotland and Ireland, and, hopefully
the rest of the world.
Beyond.
It's case law. We create case law. That case law is used in other cases. It's as simple as that. It really is not simple, but we've got to do it. We can't do it. We have to border hop, So I'm with there's 8 of us there, 8 members of, Phil is obviously, he's not part of our team. He's going to be filming for himself on Wake Up. So we've got 7. We've got 7 people. I'm even thinking we might even take the table and take the full campaign with us, because if we've got a table there as well, and we've got people talking, saying and discuss that with Mandy. We've got room as well in the vehicle. So yes, we might even just set up a stall on George Square and bang it out that way as well. So I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll fetch some support home with us.
Absolutely.
And then we'll do our event then on the 22nd of February.
22nd of Feb, yeah. That
so
is
February, So February is a massive month for us, guys. So you might think we're going off topic now, talking about protests from the fundraising. We're not, because we're going to be doing some fundraising in the protest. But February is a massive month for us then. This is where our events start, right? We're going to be taking us into spring, and we're going to be springing into spring, literally. So we're going to be doing a sponsored walk in with that, guys. It's half term. So it's on a Tuesday. It's 1 o'clock outside the Cardiff Castle. We will walk over to the centre, then that's a sponsored walk. That's what we should be at the centre for 2 p.m. If it's a nice day, bring a picnic. We're asking the children to do a sponsored walk. So anyone that wants their children to be involved in the sponsored walk, please contact Lucia. Lucia can provide you with sponsor forms and everything else. Lucia is running absolutely everything to do with sponsors. So we're all going to be doing individual sponsors as well. We're going to be organising our own sponsors and reporting back to Lucia. And we encourage you guys to do exactly the same if you can, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, even if you wanted to do a coffee morning, if you weren't into sort of like doing anything that's sort of into fitness related, organize something. You can just do whatever you wish to do in your area to spread awareness in your area. Then that would be amazing if you can get in some sponsors for us. So yeah, contact me if you're interested, if you have any ideas at all as well. And that actually brings me on to something else, because me and Kim were talking the other day with regards to getting the kids, getting us all involved in a big event. And we did say, because going back a few years ago, my kids used to do quite a few of those obstacle fun races. There was one, Invincible, they did like the Tough Mudder, but the children's version. So they're not the long distant ones. They're usually about 2 kilometers, and they'll have about 10 to 15 obstacles, and they're a lot of fun. So I have spent a bit of time seeing if there is anything in South Wales for children, but unfortunately, I don't know if it's because of all the COVID restrictions and that, I can't find anything. But if any of my viewers, our viewers here, if any of you see anything that's children related, obstacle races, I don't really want to say just runs, because it might not be as fun for them. Obstacles are a little bit more, sort of like adds a bit more fun to it.
Courses and things like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So if anybody knows of anything, can you please get in contact with me so I can look into it? Because I've been on the internet, I can't find anything, but there might be something I've missed. So yeah, if you could let us know, that would be absolutely amazing. And my idea, or our idea, was that we just get a load of kids together, they get their sponsors in beforehand, and then they do this obstacle race, and it is fun for them. It's social, and they'll get to meet sort of like-minded children as well, who are all sort of into sort of just no competition. It's more about the fun, isn't it? Just getting muddy and just enjoying themselves.
Especially as they lift in the restrictions now, we really need to go for this, because I know there's a lot of people out there that obey the restrictions. That they've been lifted now, guys. We really do need to make the most of this. Another thing we're thinking of organising as well. Now, this could be coordinated anywhere. We're going to be coordinating it with North Wales for a start. So we're thinking possibly Aberafan and Llandudno. We're going to do a skate-a-thon. Now, we haven't finalised the details of this yet, but what we're looking at getting teams together. About 6 people in a team, 5-6 people in a team. Is up to you. You name your team. What you've got to do is one member of your team needs to be skating for 24 hours. Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter if you do it by laps. You need to go up and down the promenade. And these promenades are different lengths. Yes, I know. So the winners, the people who clock up the most laps within their own area, they're obviously going to get a prize in the winning team. But the aim of this is, because we're going to be doing it for a full 24 hours, it's going to be someone. So if we've got 4 teams, there's going to be 4 people going up and down that promenade at different times, because we're all different speeds. It's not a race. It's casual. It's relaxing. We'll all be having our flags. We'll have our leaflets. This will be to raise awareness. So we're looking at something from 2 p.m. till 2 p.m., which will take us Saturday right the way through to a Sunday. We'll have to be there an hour or so earlier. So we're looking at, say, 1 p.m. on a Saturday to literally 3 p.m. on a Sunday then. prime locations for dog walkers. If it's not raining, you've got families out all weekend anyway. These are ample opportunities here. Like I said, if we find that we've got, oh gosh, I don't know, 150 people want to do it in South Wales and only 40 people want to do it in North Wales, we'll send a team up north as well to balance it out. Let's get a team down West Wales. Have we got somebody in Brighton? Have we got somebody in Weston-super-Mare? Where are you guys? I think this could be really well. I think this could be fun because we can do lives together. People are going to be looking at us anyway. They're going to want to know why we are there. So I think that would be a really good opportunity as well. We are going to be reaching people we could never reach otherwise. So if there's anybody out there, no matter where you are, guys, around the UK or whatever, if you want to get involved in a skate-a-thon or you want to come to Wales and do the skate-a-thon with us, like I said, I'm not very fit. I can just about run the bath. But, get your skates on, guys. I can't even skate tidy. But that's something I will be practicing because we need to get involved in it. So that's another big event coming up. And I was hoping to do that early in March. So that's round about the time I was hoping to get that off, guys. So anyone out there interested in that, please give us a shout. That, there's no minimum. There's no maximum or minimum amount you earn. You literally just pick your team. You can do it in any order you want. You could do 3 hours each. You could do an hour each. You could have somebody there for the first 4 hours and somebody come for it's entirely up to you the way you do it. You just need your team. I think we'll have like a maximum of 6 people a team, 12 people if it's children or whatever. Get the kids involved as well. We'll think of the rules as we're closer to the time, but let's have fun. Let's raise awareness. Like I said, if it's good weather, you've got the whole of the beach. You've got the promenades. Let's really get out there, guys,
Yeah, and if there's a lot of us there with flags and, memorabilia, etc., people are going to wonder what's going on there. And, it will certainly trigger people to sort of come over and have a look. And, as well, when we have big groups of people, it's obvious a lot of people have got their phones out doing lives, etc. So, it's spreading awareness on their social platforms as well. And, it's a lot of fun. As you said, you can't skate. I can't skate either. But, I'm definitely willing to do a bit of practicing beforehand. And, just probably get the kids to do more because they're a lot fitter and a lot better at things like that. But
we can do absolutely anything, guys. We can help you do it. You can do it yourselves. Lucia's going to have her own weekly show where she's going to have people on. She's going to be interviewing nearly everyone has done stuff so far. She's going to be interviewing people going forward, keeping you informed of the totals. Lucia's going to be the woman to orchestrate everything. We're literally going to be feeding back. Lucia, is this okay on that day? Lucia, do you mind if we do that? Lucia, I've sorted this, I've sorted that. So that's pretty much how we're going about it. Yeah. So somebody's trying to come in, but saying device not connected. She obviously wants to come in for something. It's coming up. Yeah, so that's how. So Lucia's going to be the woman with that, guys. I don't know what day Lou's going to have her show on, but she's going to be a regular for you. Because what we're at the stage now, guys, where we are pretty much within our own fields, and we just come together to let each other know how far we've got in what we're doing now, basically. So we are starting to feel our feet a bit more now, Lou, I think. What'd you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do. I feel that, 2020 and 2021, we were like, building things. But now, we've come this far. And we're just feeling that, fundraising is exciting for me anyway. I'm not as educated in the fields that, we're as yourself and the other girls. So some fundraising is something very close to my heart. And obviously, like doing events, I just get really excited. I'm like a big kid. I'm actually doing we were saying we're doing our singular events. I'm going to be doing my event in May. I'm doing an obstacle race down in Burghley Park. I'm not really sure what part of the UK that is. I do know it's quite far because I have been there before. I don't remember. I think it's sort of like down London way. But it is 20-mile run with 200 obstacles. And I did do this back in 2015, and I was really fit then. So my thing in my head. I've got to get to some kind of fitness by May to do that. So doing these mini events, you know, like our sponsored walks, our skateathon, that's going to help me for my fitness anyway. But on top of that, I want to raise money now. I'm going to be putting up a fundraiser link for me to do that event as well. So yeah, it'd be great if you can sort of spread, you know, people can spread awareness and, you know, just show your support, because, you know, 20 miles is a lot for little me.
Guessed yet, Lucia is the ninja warrior of the group.
It's gonna, like I was, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of effort to get back up to that fitness.
The way I'm looking at it, Lou, like from day one, we said we need to make this fun, we need to make this exciting, we need to, you know, we have to get it going. We're in a really crap situation, and what we're facing is horrible. The work we have to do, the stuff we have to read is bad. You know, we should all be suffering with PTSD by now, but it's a good job we're not. You know, but we've got to lift the vibrations now. We've got to get the energy out there. We are Welsh, and the thing is, let's not call it fundraising. Let's call it fundraising, because when somebody's got a smile on their face, right, they attract other people. We need this to be infectious. And the only way we can do that is out there with our smiles, by having fun. It is serious, yeah, but that's how you attract people. You don't attract people by being like that.
No. Well,
you exactly. By being like that, you know?
Yeah, and it, you know, as you said, it is a very serious thing that we're doing. And I personally, I need to take breaks. I know, you know, yourself and the girls as well need to take breaks from the whole thing, because it's, you know, it's horrible. It really is. We're in a really bad situation. You know, we live in a really corrupt world, you know, where we've got these people who were meant to be in charge and protecting us are doing the exact opposite. So, you know, stories we hear, you know, from survivors and, you know, parents who have had to sort of deal with the services, etc. It's, you know, the jobs that these services are meant to be doing, they seem to be doing the exact opposite. You know, they're not protecting their people. The governments are not protecting their people, you know. So, you know, if we can,
guys, you know, and like we said from the start, we realised pretty soon into this campaign that there's a lot of reform that needs to go on. So it's not just about getting rid of the RSE. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, you know, and this is it. But we need you guys then to be the driving force of that, because we're not going to get anywhere just sat at our desk, you know. We can produce the work, we can tell you this information, but we really do need you guys out there. We know we're supported by a lot of people, but we need to really feel it now, you know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That was my tea maker.
Yeah, I know you've got good boys there, haven't you? Your boys are always making you a really good cup of tea as well. They know how to make your tea, don't they?
Oh yeah, they know. What the thing is, I'm the grafter, and they fill me up with tea, and I just keep going.
I did want to add as well, because the restrictions are being lifted and there are more competitions going on. If you're, you know, like you may be a type of person that likes to join these, you know, runs or obstacle races or swims, whatever you might be good at, you know, if you wanted to do, you know, we'd be great if you wanted to fundraise for us and, you know, spread awareness for you doing your race as well, then, you know, get in touch as well, because, you know, a lot of the time people do fundraise when they do these competitions, you know. So
and like if you own a gym or something like that, guys, come on, get the people involved in your gym. You know how competitive people are. You could really help us out here. And anyone that's getting involved in something, and you've got a business or you've got a friend that's got a business, we don't mind advertising that on our website, you know. So we can work together on this. But guys, like I said, it's only going to take one person in one prime location to really bring the whole village up, you know. And that's what we're looking for here. People at the top aren't going to help us. Nobody at the top is going to help us. These people with big followings who you think are going to help us turn out not to be the people we think they are, or they're just not interested in helping us anyway. It's down to us, guys. We have to help ourselves. Now, there's a person like me and a person like Lucia in every single village. Let's find those people in these villages.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. That's what we need, isn't it? Just, you don't have to be, particularly. I don't know. You don't have to be in a particular role to be doing this. It's just, if you're a concerned parent or a concerned person who doesn't want their children learning about filth, because that's what it is. If you don't think, if you don't want children growing up in, and I dread to think what the next generation's going to be if we just continue the way the education system continues the way it is. If you feel strongly about it, then yeah, please just come on board. And it could just be a case of, just giving out a couple of leaflets, anything you do. And we have had like a lot of support, haven't we, where we've gone to people's houses to drop off leaflets, and they've given it. We know, a lot of you have already done lots of things already. I suppose we just need more.
There's just so many to mention. There's just, we couldn't possibly, like, we got people that do our leaflets for us. We got people do our filming for us. There are so many people out there supporting us, and we would love, and like, even when I go to do a video to thank people, if I haven't done that video that exact time because something's happened, we've got more updates and there's more people, and it's just, so the support we're getting is fantastic. Guys, do not think the work you've done has gone unnoticed. It never goes unnoticed, especially when we're having our chats behind the scenes. We do talk about it. We are thankful for it, because if you wasn't doing it, we'd have to be doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know we've got a lot to be grateful for. A lot of people who have really jumped on board with this, and well, I'm. Do you know what? We have heard people coming back, haven't we, saying things that have been taught in the class that they're not happy about. I don't think it's that wide-reaching yet. I don't think it's in every school yet. We have received people, letters and people emails, etc., saying, they've received this letter or they're concerned about this and that. But it's not mandatory until 2022 in Wales. So, if it isn't in your school yet, it's going to be, unless we do something about it. So you need to sort of like bear that in mind as well.
Yeah, and if everybody can subscribe to our website, www.publicchildprotectionwales.org, we can keep you guys informed. We can put lots of information out there. We also run a weekly coffee morning at 10:30 till 11:30 on Zoom. So anyone in the world can join in that, jump on, guys. The links are always there. Go to the events page. You will find it there. If that time is not good for you, let us know. We can arrange another one. We really are here to serve you guys. I'm going to be available all day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's the days I'm going to be publicly available. And that's going to be from 10 till 10. Everything else is going to be behind the scenes. So guys, feel free to tap us up, Except anything to do with the fundraising, Lucia is your woman for that. I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. I now have to get that work out there to you. You guys need to learn about it. You guys need to know what we've been up to. And we've also started working on the next phase of this fight, the elephant in the room, which is the trans ideology. They've said it. So that's what we're working on, guys. Huge controversy around that. But as you know, everything we do with facts. We do with actual science, credible science, and we can challenge every single survey they've done, so we're going to do things properly. We're not going out there arguing and losing how far we've come now. Everything's going to be done properly. That is the next channel. I do know there's a lot of concerned parents out there. We do have everything covered, guys. We just take it one step at a time, so we know every step we take, everyone on our team is at the same level as we take the next step. So we can all support each other, guys. By supporting each other, we can give that information to you. You can help each other. You can support each other. So that's what it's about. We have to be so knowledgeable before we move to the next step.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. And as you said, everything is facts. It is. It's all facts. And, we've always been a bit, like, we've had to learn quite a lot about this transgender movement, ourselves. I certainly know I've had to And I did watch a documentary which was in America about trans children. It was quite shocking, very shocking what the professionals were advising. I'm actually going to cover a show on that on one of our own podcasts or lives. I think we were going to do it the live on our YouTube channel, weren't we? We were going to do something.
That's it. We're starting to get regular slots in place, guys. Like I said, a lot of our work is seasonal. My work is finished now, so I can put a lot more time into it, whereas I was seasonal before. Lucia and Grace still are seasonal. We got Sam that works full time. We got Rachel that full time educates and works. So, there's a lot. Everybody's got a lot going on, but we're starting to come a bit smoother now. There will be regular shows. There will be, this goes out tonight on Wake Up UK. It goes out again tomorrow on YouTube. Then we'll have another show on a Wednesday on YouTube, and we're not sure where we're going to put another one in, because obviously Lucia's going to go hell for leather. I'm going to go hell for leather, and you lot are going to have plenty to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we just we're stepping it up a gear, Kim.
Yeah, we've come a long way in the space of 18 months, Lou, and we do need to give ourselves a pat on the back for that. Every single one of us.
Yeah, and absolutely, and of course, thank you to all the supporters as well. They all deserve a pat on the back as well, because the time and energy they're putting into it, and obviously the backlash as well, because not everybody, when you speak about this, not everybody wants to listen to what you've got to say. And we've had a lot of people being quite rude, and our supporters have experienced the same sort of rudeness as well. So it's about developing that thick skin sometimes as well, which is something I really had to work on.
I'm still working on it myself, guys. You think I'm tough as old boots, but some things still sting, and especially when it's every day. Yeah. So, Lou, is there anything else you want to say now? We've like 3 minutes over. Is there anything you want to put in?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Just to reiterate, we're in Scotland next week. So, if you live near, where is it?
George Square in Glasgow.
George Square, Glasgow. If you're up there, or even if you're not, and you fancy coming up to support this incredible protest of Mandy's, then please do. It'd be great to see you all, more people there from Wake Up. And of course, our own on the 22nd of February, especially if you live in Wales. But, if you fancy a trip down to Wales, it'd be great to see as many of you there as possible as well.
There's a massive warm welcome for anyone that comes.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Really grateful for your support, your continuing support.
And we'll see you on this platform again next week.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.